Welcome back to KTN Prime. Once again, eyes are on constitutional commissions and whether they have powers to execute their mandate. Today, the National Commission on Integration and Cohesion is on the receiving end over its failure to tame hate speech perpetrated by top politicians, with Kenyans describing it as a toothless bulldog. The Commission, in a media briefing held today, said it was investigating key politicians over allegations of hate speech, as Grace Nganga reports.
The National Cohesion and Integration Commission has launched investigations into several political leaders of alleged inflammatory remarks as concerns grow over rising political intolerance and heightened political activity ahead of 2027 polls.
You don't go out there and begin to act on a TikTok clip which has been sent. I've said that before. We are an institution that believes in the due process, believe in the law and the procedures that we have as a commission.
Those under investigations include former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Cabinet Secretaries Aden Duale and Jeffrey Roko, Busia Governor Paul Otuoma, Mandera Deputy Governor Ali Maalim Mohamud, Sirisia MP John Waluke, Kipipiri MP Wanjiko Mohia, and Hanakuru Town East counterpart David Gikaria. The latest investigations are also likely to reignite long-standing questions about the effectiveness and speed of the National Cohesion and Integration Commission. In the case of Mohia and Gikaria, the IEBC's Electoral Code of Conduct Enforcement Committee had already investigated remarks made during the All-Kalau by-election campaigns, found both leaders in breach of the Electoral Code of Conduct and imposed fines. Weeks later, NCIC says it is still investigating the very same utterances, a development likely to fuel criticism from those who have long accused the Commission of moving too slowly to deter hate speech.
We could not act there before because of political campaigns, because of what somebody said out there.
The chairperson also dismissed Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale's argument that the Commission should first investigate former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua before pursuing other leaders.
Hiyo ni mchezo kabisa. Hatuwezi tukaruhusu mchezo kama huu. Tutafanya kazi yetu. Yule ambaye tutaita wa kwanza akuje asikuje, tuko na procedures.
Meanwhile, the Interreligious Council of Kenya has expressed concern over rising political intolerance and the escalation of premature campaigns, urging political leaders to exercise restraint and embrace issue-based politics to safeguard peace and national cohesion ahead of next year's polls. The remarks come at a time when political temperatures continue to rise and early campaigns gather momentum, placing renewed pressure on institutions such as NCIC to demonstrate that they can act swiftly and effectively. Established in 2008 in the aftermath of the post-election violence, NCIC was created to promote national cohesion, prevent hate speech, and investigate cases of ethnic incitement. However, since its inception, there have been little cases of convictions, although several politicians have over the years been summoned, arrested, and arraigned in court of alleged hate speech. According to the Commission's own records, it has recommended more than 3,000 people for prosecution over hate speech and ethnic contempt since its inception. Yet, only a handful of convictions have been secured in court, a record that has continued to reinforce criticism from opponents who argue that the Commission has become long on investigations but short on enforcement. Among the most prominent were MPs Oscar Sudi and the late Johanna Ngeno, who were charged in 2020 but were later acquitted. But many of those cases have either remained pending, collapsed, or failed to end in convictions because of the high-level threshold required to prove hate speech offences. Grace Nganga, KTN.